Yeah, my name's George Ndoh Kiyang. The company name is Ndoh Global Business, trading as Express Marketing. It's a direct sales and marketing company. What we do in the company, we distribute different products. They range from office equipment, household, daily use items, toys, different things. So we have quite a range of products that we distribute. And we recruit salespeople, teach and train them, and get them to grow as well in the business. We had an end of year party and there were a lot of people present. In fact, we have a sales team of about 348 people, and most of them came for the party to celebrate what we achieved in 2019. We did we achieved quite a lot in 2019. We worked hard during the year, so we had a good reason to celebrate. That's why everyone was there to celebrate. As I said, the company trades as Express Marketing. It's a direct sales company. We recruit young people who probably have never done sales before. We teach them how to go about sales. We teach them to become business leaders, and they eventually grow to a position where they can run their own businesses as well. There's no capital involved. Once you undergo the training and you are able to run a business, the company finances the business for you. So that's why it's attractive to a lot of young people, because there are a lot of people who want to work, who want to become business people. They have never done business before. They don't know the kind of business they want to do. They don't have the capital as well. So my company caters for all that. That's why the company is so attractive to young people. You come without any business knowledge and you don't have capital, but you get involved in a business or in a company that can mentor you and get you to become a proper business person. That's how I also grew in the company. I came to the company without any business knowledge. I was also mentored and groomed, and I eventually became a business mentor myself. That's something that attracts a lot of people to the company. As I said, they were very happy. They were so excited. We worked hard during the year. We sold about 200,000 pieces in 2019. Just in the month of December alone, we sold 21,130 pieces, which is quite impressive. And when we say we sold this number of pieces, that reflects in the amount of money they also made, which means they also made quite some money. In the month of December alone, I paid commission to the tune of 738,000, which means those people out there on that day were happy because they were loaded. There was money in their pockets. So that's the one reason why they were happy. And secondly, they were happy because some of them won awards. Some of them had bonuses that had to be given on that day. So they were quite expectant. And when you are expectant and expecting something interesting, you are bound to be happy. I guess that's why they were all happy. I was happy myself. Fighting poverty, that is primordial in what we do as a company. The fight against poverty is a fight we must fight and win, or we die fighting. You see, 99% of the problems we have are essentially caused by poverty. So poverty is the number one enemy of humanity. Because when you look at even sickness and disease, crime and all those things, they are all fueled by poverty. If everyone had a means to take care of themselves, feed themselves, clothe themselves, have a roof over their heads, essentially these things will not happen. A lot of poor people die because they can't afford medical care. While the rich can go to private hospitals and take care of themselves, the poor die in public hospitals because they can't afford. So poverty is an enemy. People go hungry every day because of poverty. Crime is fueled by poverty. So the fight against poverty is a fight we have to keep fighting until we win. So the company has chosen to fight poverty because it affects the youth. Young people who are supposed to be working are unable to work, and some don't have work. Most of them don't have work. Some have qualifications or have skills that could give them employment, but the majority don't have any skill. And the unfortunate thing is that these people who don't have any skill are just forgotten. No one thinks about them. The government does not think about them. No one thinks about them because they have nothing to offer on the job market. But then we can't just forget about these people. We have to empower them in one way or the other. And sales, and direct sales in particular, offers that opportunity for everyone who is willing to learn and work hard to do something, to put food on the table and take care of themselves. The system is quite simple. Everyone who is willing to learn and work hard can do sales. It does not require a university degree or a diploma or anything. It's just the willingness to learn and work hard. That's what it takes. So sales can take care of this group of people who have been forgotten. The people who dropped out of school, the people who don't have metric, just basic metric they don't have, the people who are just there and they don't have any particular skill. No one is catering for these people. When I attend a lot of workshops and seminars on small business and all that, they talk small business in the tune of millions. Someone who has a business worth $1 million, they call him a small business owner and all that. But these are people who don't have R1 to start a business. These are people who don't know anything about how to go about business. We can't just forget about them like that. And these are the people who create the biggest amount of problems in our society if we don't take care of them. And that's what my company takes care of. Essentially, what we do is we teach people how to do door-to-door sales, to be more specific. They go from office to office, they go from house to house, they meet people on the streets and they approach them in parking lots, they approach people and they present products to them and they give them good deals on those products. That's essentially what we do. And our products are quite affordable because it's pocket money. Our products range between 50 to 200 Rand. So it's quite pocket money, so that is essentially what we do. And the money they make or the commission they make is quite encouraging as well, so that it can keep these people on the job. But the most important part of it is the fact that you can grow and become a business owner as well. I started the same way 21 years ago. I also went on the street for 16 months. I did door-to-door sales. I became a team leader. I became a branch manager. The company financed my own branch as well. So it's not just about going out to do sales. It's about growing in the company as well. There are two important things about the business. There's the sales aspect, which enables you to make money to take care of yourself, but there's the opportunity for you to grow and eventually own and run your own business. The products we essentially market are daily use items. Like at the moment in December or for 2019, essentially we did market some slim tight belts. People, especially ladies, they like to look hot. So we marketed some belts that give them that shape, and then we marketed emergency lights, rechargeable lights. Given that there is an electricity crisis in the country, there are blackouts and load shedding and all these things. So we give people emergency lights to cater for those periods when there's no electricity. And then we also market these foam cleaners. You just spray, wait, and then you wipe. They are ideal for cars, ideal for carpets, tiles, sofas, shoes, and all this. Just the little things that you can quickly take care of, those are the things that we market. The future of this business is quite huge, it's bright. Why I'm excited about this business and why I've been in the business for 21 years is because I see the light at the end of the tunnel. If everyone sees what I see about direct sales, I bet you everyone will want to do direct sales. It's one business with a huge future. It's a business that has the opportunity to get millions of people involved, So the business has a bright future. The more people don't have jobs, the better the business is, or the better the business becomes, because it has that allowance to employ anyone who is willing to work. And besides that, the training is there for free. So people can just come, get a job, get trained, and they start working. 2020 will be one of the greatest years in this business for a number of reasons. As a company, we plan to develop more leaders. At the moment, we have 29 leaders in the business. We want to grow that leadership to about 50 in 2020. We want to expand to Cape Town and Port Elizabeth. We are just in Gauteng now, but during the periods where we go out and work, we do cover the whole country or most of the country. Like in December, we were in 12 cities around the country, you know, but the whole of Cape is a bit far for us. That's why we want to open a branch there to take care of those provinces, you know. So the future is bright. We want growth to happen in terms of getting new leaders. We want to expand to Cape Town and Port Elizabeth. That is good for the future of the company. To other business people, I want to say business is one kind of a profession that you have to be committed in order for you to achieve. There are a lot of business people who have the know-how. They lack committed people to work with. There are a lot of business people who have the capital. They lack people they can trust to work with. So these two things are lacking. And that's why there are a lot of people who complain that nothing is happening, the economy is slow and all that. But when you really look at it, there are a lot of business people, millions of them, with a lot of money stashed in their bank accounts, and they are unable to expand their businesses because they lack committed and trustworthy people to work with. However, as a business person, if you are scared to take that risk of trusting someone, if you are scared to take that risk of thinking that this person will be committed if I give him the opportunity, then you are not ready to do business, because you alone can only do so much. So expanding your business has to do with taking risk. Every business person should be ready to take that risk to expand their business. Otherwise, you know, you are not ready to grow as a business person. Instead of just, you know, being conservative and keeping it to yourself and not growing, we need people to expand as businesses. We need businesses to expand to be able to solve the unemployment problem we have in the country. If business people don't expand their businesses, open new branches, give other people opportunities, create more jobs, then we are not helping to solve the problem. And we all know that the government cannot solve the unemployment problem in the country. So businesses need to take that challenge. Don't stick to one branch and say there's a problem of trust or you don't have committed people. It's a risk you have to take as a business person. So let's all take that risk, grow our businesses, give other people the opportunity. That's how we'll change the country. To all young people who don't have work, I want to tell them there's too much work out there. Too much work. Don't choose the work you want to do. I'm a trained teacher by profession, but I only taught for 2 years after 7 years of training, because I didn't want to stick to teaching. I eventually became a business person. If I had to say that I want to be a teacher and that's my profession and stick to it, I would not have become a businessman. Maybe I would have been unemployed somewhere along the line. So there are a lot of young people, because of their training, they say, because I'm an electrical engineer, that's what I must do. Because I'm a doctor, that's what I must do. Because I'm a teacher, that's what I must do. You can't stick to your profession when you don't have a job in that field. Try other things. Get into new professions, especially in business. Get into business. There are too many opportunities out there. The problem is there are a lot of us who want to stick with our profession, and like that, you shield yourself and you don't want to see out of the box. You don't want to see other opportunities. And then secondly, even if it means volunteering, to work for free. I mean, if you are a mentor to someone and you give that person money all the time, your mentee comes to you, you give them money to help them out and all that, you are not helping the person. I would rather work with someone who is quite successful and he pays me little or nothing, but I know I'm learning from that person. And then eventually that skill that made that person rich, I acquire, and like that, I will be able to make myself rich as well. So there are a lot of people who don't want to volunteer, who don't want to work for free, or who don't want to work for little. I bet you when I started doing direct sales and marketing, I left a teaching job. The amount of money that I made in sales as a salesperson going out door to door was negligible. It could not feed me. But I knew that there was a future ahead in the business. And that's why I stuck to it. Because I had to pick the brains of my promoting manager, Brian Kumbola, just by him. I had to pick his brains, you know, in order for me to one day be like him. I didn't bother about the money I was making at that time. So there are a lot of young people who need to have that understanding. The job I'm doing now, in the next 5 years, in the next 10 years, in the next 20 years, where will I be? Am I going to be doing the same thing and earning almost the same salary? Or I can, from there, become someone, you know, who will be self-employed, create jobs for other people and all that. That is what a lot of young people who are unemployed, that's the mindset that they need to have. If they have that mindset, they will find work to do. There's too much work out there. You just need to have the right mindset, you will find something to do. Most importantly, employ yourself.